Hello Johnnies, welcome to the February edition of Sportswire, your home for the Red Storm sporting reports. I'm your host Satchel Peña-Rivero.
And I'm Cristal, Rosa Sanchez. With March around the corner, all eyes are on Rick Pitino and the men's basketball team to see if they can repeat the magic of last season.
The Red Storm began the new year with a crushing loss to Providence 77-71. Zuby Ejiofor tied his career high with 33 points and personal best of 15 rebounds, but that just wasn't enough to defeat the Friars. Despite the loss, St. John's would go on to win their next 7 games, rattling off key wins including on the road against Villanova 86-79. Bryce Hopkins led the scoring for the Johnnies with 20 points. Ian Jackson, Zuby Ejiofor, and Dylan Mitchell were also in double figures, posting 18, 17, and 10 respectively.
The men's basketball team was electric through January and February. On the 6th, the Red Storm faced off against the number 3 team in the country, UConn. Backed by captain Zuby Ejiofor and his 21 points, St. John's defended Madison Square Garden. Following an overtime thriller against Xavier at MSG, the Red Storm traveled to Providence for a rematch of their lone conference loss to this point. A match set for Valentine's Day could not have been farther from sweet. With 14 minutes left to go in the game and Providence leading by 1, Hopkins was driving towards the basket when the Friars center, Duncan Powell, committed a flagrant 2 foul, which resulted in an immediate ejection. Powell was suspended for 3 games for throwing a punch, but it was St. John's that dealt the final blow, as they defeated the Friars 79-69.
St. John's rattled off a few more victories, making their total win streak 13, the longest win streak for the team since the 1984-85 season. As they went into round 2 against UConn, the Johnnies failed to meet the expectations as they finished with a score of 40 points. It was the lowest total by a Rick Pitino coached team in his 4-decade-long coaching career. St. John's will look to bounce back against Villanova at Madison Square Garden before ending the year at Seton Hall. The race for the 1 seed in the Big East tournament just got tighter.
While the men's basketball team has been inside the top 25 teams in the nation, the women's squad has spent most of their season on the outside looking in. They have been hot as of late, winning 5 of their last 7 games, with a season sweep of Sweden Hall included. If the 2 teams were to finish tied, St. John's would have the 3 seed in the Big East tournament. The Johnnies gave their seniors Sky Owen, Jayla Donald, Kylie Lavelle, and Shalana Wagner a nice send-off on senior night at Carnesecca Arena. However, the game ended in heartbreaking fashion as Georgetown stole the spotlight, beating the Johnnies 62-60. The Red Storm will close out the regular season with their most daunting task yet, a primetime game against the top-ranked UConn Huskies. The ladies will look to pull off the upset on March 1st at Madison Square Garden.
While everyone is excited to see the finale of the basketball seasons, let's take a look at the spring sports that are just heating up. The track and field team has started their indoor season with a bang, finding success both on the track and the field. In January, the team competed in the Dr. Sander Invitational in New York City. The entire team excelled, but the standout for this meet was senior Nora Haugen, who broke her own school record in the 800-meter run. Her time of 2 minutes and 3.9 seconds is currently 4th in the country and earned her the honor as Big East Track Athlete of the Week. The team stayed hot into the month of February, led by seniors Jamora Alves and Fia Vikland. Alves dominated in the weight throw and shot put events, while Vikland has consistently been a top 5 finisher in her jumping events. The team is closing out their season at Ocean Breeze Track in Staten Island, so be sure to check out how they did.
The St. John's lacrosse team kicked off the regular season with a home game in New Jersey. That's right, due to extreme cold, the Red Storm relocated their home opener against the NGIT Highlanders to Mount Olive High School in Flanders, New Jersey. After an 0-2 start to the season, the Johnnies reeled off 2 straight road victories thanks to the stick of Noah Plen. The redshirt freshman delivered a 5-goal performance in their blowout of Quinnipiac, leading to a Big East Player and Rookie of the Week award. The Red Storm have a match on the road versus Lafayette, then come back to Belson to face Bryant on March 7th.
The Red Storm baseball team has had a bit of a rocky start to their season with a record of 1-6. They began their 2026 campaign with the consecutive losses to Ball State and a shutout loss to Minnesota. Their lone win to start off the campaign was taking down Stetson by a score of 11-7. Standouts from weeks 1 and 2 of the season were junior right-handed pitcher Liam O'Leary with a strong outing to begin his St. John's career, and senior outfielder John LeGrande. The Red Storm look to get back to their winning ways this upcoming weekend in Kentucky for a 3-game series against the Wildcats. the Johnnies will be back at the Jack March 6th to face Albany.
As the reigning Big East regular season champs, the softball team sat atop the preseason poll in 2026. The Johnnies backed that honor with an impressive 4-1 record in the Charleston Invitational. Last season's Conference Pitcher of the Year, Anna Serafinko, picked up right where she left off, with a complete game shutout in her season debut. Along the way, the Johnnies tacked on 5 more wins, going undefeated at the spring games in Florida. The 9 wins through their first 10 games was the program's best start in their history. Now St. John's will look to ride the hot bat of Jazz Bianco, an arm of Lorelei Francia, who both earned their respective conference weekly awards. They'll be back in Queens March 4th to face Wagner.
That's all for this edition of Sportswire, but don't worry, we'll be back in March with highlights, interviews, and exclusive coverage of St. John's athletics.
Especially with March Madness right around the corner. Be sure to follow WRED-TV and our Instagram and YouTube, and check back to see how the Johnnies walk the wire.
For now, I'm Satchel Peña-Rivero.
And I'm Cristal Rosa Sanchez.
Go Johnnies!